Alright guys, welcome to All in the Family. My name is Mike with Mike W Productions. As you may know, I've been having a few issues with copyright. You probably know that if you've been following along here. Copyright issues, and one of the audios that I used to listen and watch the show was kind of bugging out. It was a optical cable. I figured that out because it would go for a little bit and then go, and then they would start talking again, and it was kind of bugging out. It was an optical cable. I don't know if the Roku can run without the optical cable, or if it has to have it, or if it can just run HDMI. Not sure, but I will kind of mess around with it and find out, because that messing up on me was not good, and I can't necessarily afford an optical cable for the system to the TV. But if you guys would like to help out with that, or any other kind of just generally helping out the channel, there is a Ko-Fi link down below, which would greatly help out with production and quality and all of that stuff. We're trying to get more stuff going on here. We're almost done with All in the Family, and we're almost done with Avatar: The Last Airbender, and of course I want to make this the best show for you guys. I know that a lot of you guys have said, oh, less interrupting. Well, that's a copyright thing. If you guys have any other ideas, maybe I could do a video essay if you guys want to do that, where I basically tell you about the show and the episode instead of actually showing bits and reacting to it and then talking about it afterwards, if you guys want that. But due to YouTube's rules of copyright infringement, I can't show the entire thing, but there are two ways that you can actually watch the show for free. One being Freevee/Amazon, and the other is I have the complete series on a Amazon associate link down below. It's fairly cheap for the entire box set, not just the season, so that is the best bets to be able to watch it. There are other streaming sites that are pulling it now, so you may be able to watch it on YouTube TV or YouTube Premium, and a few other free sites have been getting the rights to it as well, so you might be able to find it in other places, but those are the ones that I know that you can for sure get them as of the time of this video. So with that being said, let's find out what's going on in the bunker house. Here we go.
Those were the days. You can't talk intelligent about the thing and don't talk about it at all.
Okay, Archie is upset already. That's always a interesting time.
This whole thing is your mother's fault. You understand that, Edith? This is your fault.
Okay.
Of course, the kitchen is her department. She's responsible for everything that goes on in the kitchen.
Right.
That's why it's your fault that the refrigerator's busted.
Okay. It's weird.
But I wasn't anywhere near it when it broke.
Right.
That's my whole point, Edith. You should have been near it to keep an eye on it.
Do you want her to guard it like Fort Knox?
And what the hell kind of a restaurant is this? One of them everything you can throw up for 60 cents chains?
Archie, this happens to be a nice French restaurant.
Okay, French.
Called the Gay Paris.
Right.
The Gay Paris, Ma.
Oh, okay.
Gay. What'd you do? Bring us into a fag hangout?
Daddy, it's gay as in happy.
Right.
I know it does.
Gay used to mean happy, not the other thing.
I thought you'd like this place.
What would make you think that?
It's cheap.
Come on, Daddy, relax and enjoy it.
Right.
How can I relax and enjoy anything after what happened tonight?
Okay.
Got me shaking, Edith. Look at that. Could have been hurt back there at the house. Maybe I could have been killed.
Right.
From what?
From that guy back there with the knife.
Okay.
I never saw a guy with a knife.
There's a story here somewhere.
I'm telling you that guy had a knife.
I'm telling you he didn't.
We need a little bit of a fill in the blank.
All I know is I come home tonight expecting a nice, quiet, peaceful evening.
Right.
You did not. You came home the way you always do, mad at the world.
True.
I remember exactly what happened. You came storming through the door.
Okay. Story time. So that's how he hears him.
Hi, Arch.
We gotta remember this is Michael's version of everything.
Get away from Gloria. You're hurting her.
Just had my arm around her.
The cops ever want your fingerprints, all they gotta do is process her.
Wow, okay.
Sorry if our behavior aggravates you.
Right,
We won't do it anymore.
sure.
Daddy, we mean no disrespect.
Hold on, you don't know what you mean. Eat it! Eat it!
Caveman want food.
Oh, that's nice!
Right.
Supper on the table, supper on the table.
That's one of his catchphrases, it really is. So you got that part right.
Daddy, there isn't any supper.
Okay.
All the food is spoiled. The refrigerator's on the blink again.
Yeah, fun.
It's only 15 years old. If it's on the blink again, it's your fault.
15-year-old fridge.
An unemployed, oversexed, pinko professor of Pollock, you.
Those are not very kind things to say.
Right. That's how he would react.
But I'll try to do better.
Right. Sure.
Do better too, Daddy.
Oh, ew. Get that nice spit drool coming down.
That lies a whole lot better than that meathead if you expect anybody to believe you.
True.
Tell you all the way it was with me tonight. I come home tonight
Right.
expecting to spend a nice quiet evening in the bosom of my family.
And now we get his side of the story. He just floats in.
Good evening, everybody.
Right.
Hello, Michael. Hello, Gloria. Hello.
They're just making out.
Oh, kissing again, huh? That's nice. I believe young people should kiss every chance they get.
Sure.
Where's your mother? Eat it, dear.
So this is how he sees himself.
Yeah, what is it?
Oh,
May I know what we're having for supper tonight?
Nothing.
wow. Edith's kind of mean in this version.
Oh, did she say nothing?
The refrigerator's broken.
Oh, okay.
And ain't that a shame?
Right.
We had our money's worth out of that old box.
Right.
What kind of a dirty crack is that? What did I say, Michael?
Okay.
You insulted my husband.
Ow.
Well, I hope not.
Wow, zooming on the mouth.
Did you hear me? He's always right.
He's always right.
Well, of course he is. He's a college boy. I think you two are taking me up wrong.
Okay.
I think there are 4 people using the refrigerator in this house.
One of them is a student doing brain weight and eats all the food he can eat. He's welcome to it. It's delightful to have a student in the house.
Right.
You didn't say that at all.
Right.
You ought to hear yourself the way we hear you.
Right.
You treated her like a dog.
Okay. This is gonna be interesting.
Eat it! Get in here!
Archie, what is...
Answer that door.
Okay.
Just tell him to get the hell out of here. Bark at them.
Right.
I'm expecting the refrigerator repairman.
Okay.
So you invite him at this time so she can make overtime?
All these really close-up things. It's annoying.
Stay.
She's supposed to be a dog in this version, so, you know, that would be proper.
Don't you talk to him. Take up his time.
At least we're continuing in the storyline, not going back.
All you gotta do is prank him. Understand?
Okay.
I want this guy out of here in 5 minutes flat.
Right.
Quiet! Well, you don't get no candy.
You don't get no candy.
You treated her like a dog.
I did not.
So that's Gloria's story.
Did I ever tell you stay?
No, Archie, you told me to sit.
Suppose you never picked on that repairman and his Uncle Tom of a helper?
That's racist.
Uh-oh.
And Uncle Tom is a black guy who lets guys like you walk all over him.
Okay.
The doorbell rang and you said...
I'll get that. Get away from the door.
That's actually not what an Uncle Tom is, but we'll talk about that later.
Mr. Bunker? That's right. And don't stand there lounging out in the stoop. I ain't paying you for that.
Right.
Come on in, Jack. What?
I know him. He's been in a lot of shows and stuff.
How's the repairman's helper, sir?
Oh, okay.
What do you do? Help run up the bills? Yes, sir. Yes. Oh, yes, sir. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
All right. What time you got starting here? 6:11.
Okay.
I'm sympathizing my watch with yours.
Sympathizing.
You mean you're worried you won't get a fair shake on the time?
Right.
And you're trying to stretch out the job because I know exactly when you begun.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, the tools. I'll go get them out the truck.
Okay.
He forgot the tools because between his left ear and his right ear, they forgot to put his brakes.
It's not a very nice thing to say, Archie.
Right.
You don't like the things I say, then pack your bags and I'm straight.
Michael, please don't irritate Daddy like that.
You're right, Gloria.
This is once again Michael's version, I believe.
Archie, I'm sorry.
So Michael's being a bit racist.
Think about that nice dinner we're going to have in that wonderful restaurant tonight.
Right.
Where's your mother? Where's your mother? There she is, Edith. What are you doing over there? What are you doing?
Pointing like a dog.
Ain't it bad enough you're a dingbat? You want to be a bird dog too?
Right.
Get that tail down.
Show him where the refrigerator is.
Why don't you just talk to him?
Because you said not to.
What was that?
You told him not to speak.
Right.
Edith, speak, speak.
Oh, thank you, Archie.
Surprised she didn't bark.
Bob, ain't that interesting?
Alright, you're gonna start wrecking up the minutes here.
Time for out about your stupid family. Let the man get the work.
Here come the tools. Here come the tools.
Now this is coming from Michael, so this adaptation of a black guy is not very like him.
Call me anything, ma'am. Just don't call me late for dinner.
Them two repair guys at the house is the exact opposite of what you say.
Okay.
I ought to know. I was the first guy that seen them.
Right.
Oh, I'll get that, Edith, darling. Don't disturb yourself.
He looks like a mob boss.
Are you, bunker? I come to fix your icebox.
Right.
Come on in, Jack. Oh, you got to help her with your hair?
Okay, he's just as bad, but in a very similar but weird way.
Black is beautiful, baby.
That guy was one of them black power Mau-Maus armed to the teeth.
Mau. Okay.
Wasn't armed. He was armed. He had a knife a foot long, but sharp as a razor.
Okay.
I know what I'm talking about, but what's the sense of talking to you?
Right.
You don't believe nothing unless you read it in one of them pinko left-wing magazines.
Wonder why they call him left wing.
Because the opposite of right wing.
Well, conservatives are called right-wing because they're right.
I'll take it.
Pinkos are called left-wing because they're rough.
Okay.
You're wrong about everything that happened tonight.
I ain't wrong! Door, and that colored guy walked in and stepped all over me.
Okay.
What you trying to do, man? Freeze a dude to death out here?
Archie's side of the story, so he's gonna be nice to the guy.
10 after 6, you're trying to do us out of 20 minutes time.
Right.
Hear that, Jackie? They're all alike. All trying to get something for nothing.
You best tell the dude this house call gonna cost him 32 bills.
Wow, okay.
$16 for every 5 minutes after the half hour.
Fun.
Very reasonable.
Right.
And I'm gonna take my time getting it.
Oh, sure, no rush at all there.
Right. This is the only time we're ever going to really see Archie being reasonable.
Never take the tools off the truck until you're ready to work.
Right.
Hey, what kind of racial crack is that?
Did I make a racial crack?
Yes, you did, and don't do it again.
Okay.
Don't you yell at my husband like that!
Oh, jeez. Yep, this again.
What have I done?
We get the whining Gloria.
You yelled at my husband, you monster!
Okay.
Sorry I upset your husband. How can I make it up to you?
Right.
You tell him you're sorry!
Okay.
Gee, Michael, I'm awful sorry, and
Okay, but watch it.
I will.
Right.
There's to get ready now so you can take us to our favorite restaurant!
Okay.
And we should be showing our guest here where to start work.
Right.
Hey! You trying to rush us?
No. Take all the time in the world.
Okay.
An old freeze king must have delivered that in a horse and wagon.
Right.
Hey, Whitey, did it come in a horse and wagon?
Whitey. Wow. Okay.
I love to be kidded by you guys, but
Right. You guys.
you think maybe you could start working on the refrigerator, man? What did you say?
Right.
I don't remember.
Of course you don't remember, because it was nothing like that.
Right.
The colored guy threatens me with a knife.
Okay.
He never threatened you. That Uncle Tom didn't even have a knife.
Uncle Tom. That's racist.
How do you mean?
Well, on when I open
Then I don't know when it closes.
and off when I close.
You assume.
You're gonna lose money, cause I'm deducting all conversation time here.
Right.
What is that noise I hear?
Tobacco, we ain't had a meal break all day.
Wow. I don't know which one's more racist, Michael or Archie's version of this guy.
Doing now with the fruit? You appled all over my shirt.
Right.
You ain't supposed to touch a white person's clothes with a white person in them.
Oh, okay.
I never said no such thing. You're crazy.
Right.
You're letting your imagination run rancid.
Rancid.
The man wanting to eat an apple.
He was just doing that to waste time. Now,
Okay.
there's a law. Listen to me. I'll tell you the way it really went.
Oh boy.
Ah, having a little snack for yourself, huh?
Right.
You don't mind if I have a little snack there, do you, Bunker?
Oh, those were and I think still are illegal in New York. So,
You gotta watch out for them old raggedy wires, you know, 'cause you touch them and like zzz.
okay. So in between the two morons, there's some version of the truth.
And this jump here tightens my jaws.
What?
Right.
Oh, nothing except, no, just a little apple on my shirt, which is always nice.
And what is that supposed to mean?
Right.
You know something? You irritate me.
Okay.
Maybe we could sit down and discuss it, and I'll learn how to improve myself.
Sure, like he's that reasonable.
You are crazy. You never talked that rational in your life.
Right.
I don't talk rational because I make sense.
Making sense and being rational are pretty much the same thing.
Really pull a knife on Daddy? Well, kinda yes and no.
Right.
Wait a minute. I want to find out from Ma what really happened.
Right. Here we go.
Geez, that's all we need, a dingbat's eye view.
Was eating an apple and he wanted to know if Archie wanted some.
Okay.
I hate apple pieces. And don't be waving that shiv around there, will you? That's
What? This little thing?
Penknife.
in ancient Rome, they killed Sid Caesar with a bunch of them.
We've been so busy today, we haven't even had time to go to the John.
Right.
Oh, well, stay busy because you can't use Archie on his blue.
Oh, Archie, I was just upstairs.
Got apple all over the front of my shirt.
Right.
Oh, I'm very sorry, sir.
There you go.
Sorry, don't help me, boy. Now,
Oh boy. You said boy.
Hey, I don't like that.
Right.
you don't like what?
You call me boy.
Right.
I'm not a boy, I'm a man.
Yep.
Oh, geez, I don't go around making a point of it.
You never had to make a point of it.
Right.
I want you to just pack up your tools and you can go.
Okay.
Just let it hang, pack up the tools and leave.
Okay.
Want me to spell it out? Yeah, L-E-E-V, leave.
Okay.
Still have to charge you for a house call, $18. Oh,
Right.
1, 2, 3, and 8, and 10 is 18.
Alright.
Goodbye, lady. And good luck.
What are you thanking him for? You just spent $18 for nothing.
Right.
And no. For that $18, you showed me where the loose wire is here.
Okay.
That's all I have to know. Now I'm going to save myself some money
Oh boy.
by fixing up that loose wire myself.
You're gonna kill yourself. Don't do this at home.
Keep your mouth shut and keep your eyes open, and maybe you'll learn something.
Oof. Well, he didn't kill himself, I don't think.
I don't think you should have done that.
Right?
And now it's going to cost you even more when another repairman has to come tomorrow.
Bingo.
Well, it ain't my fault. It's your mother's fault.
Okay.
That's the way it really happened.
Right.
Wait a second, man. Not quite. Remember, Jack didn't really have a knife.
Oh, okay.
Talking about, he had a big switchblade, one of them Harlem gang knives.
It's a penknife, if that.
I got the knife with me. I picked it up. Jack must have dropped it.
Okay.
Here it is.
So a pocket knife.
I think we call this a pen knife.
Yeah, penknife. There you go.
Look at that thing. It couldn't even cut butter.
Hey, Michael. You said that there was no knife.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Yep.
You're as bad as Daddy.
You're as bad as me.
The way you talk about it, it was a machete.
Right.
Say nothing about a machete. Don't be bringing the Spicks into this here.
Wow, okay. Of course, they get into a big argument and get kicked out of the restaurant. And that is it. Let's talk about it. Alright guys, so that was All in the Family. This episode was pretty interesting to say the least. I know I say that a lot, but this one was actually very interesting. It was a hodgepodge of he said, she said, they said this, and a big old telephone game of what actually happened. So, if you guys don't know what telephone is, that's where you tell somebody something, they tell somebody else something else, and they tell somebody something else. And it's basically, well, what I heard was this, and it's basically going to court. Everyone was telling their version of the truth, which, again, depending on what side of the spectrum you were on at the moment of the thing, you could have seen things differently than any and everyone else. But a lot of the story did correlate together, which is where you find the truth in the correlations. So there was a black guy, there was a white guy, the fridge was broken, there was a knife, things like that all come together to make one cohesive story, but it's kind of like being on a jury. We, the listeners, have to hear the testimony of the witnesses and piece things together to find the actual truth. Now, does that mean that each person is lying? No, it just means that each person has their own personal point of view and their own view of how they treat other people. In this case, we did get to see that. There was a few things that I found very odd, but it was so much that Michael was just as racist as Archie in this episode, which I know he has kind of a holier-than-thou type of attitude when it comes to people of color and immigrants and, you know, all that kind of stuff. All of the, what we would now call the left-leaning stuff, he would have a holier-than-thou thing going on with him. And it was interesting to see that he's kind of just as racist as Archie, but he thinks that he's not. Because he had called the guy an Uncle Tom. Well, I can pull up the Uncle Tom description for you here in a second. Just give me one moment. So Google says the term Uncle Tom is used as a derogatory epithet for an exclusively subservient person. Particularly when the person perceives his or her own lower class status based on race. It is similarly used in negatively describe people who betray their own group by participating in its oppression, whether willing or not. Okay, so that is basically what it is. And Uncle Tom is basically a racist way of saying that a black person isn't being black, like there's a type of black person.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Personally, I believe that there is no being anything. Black people don't act black. White people don't act white. Asian people don't act Asian. Now, of course, there are stereotypes, and some people do fall into these stereotypes. Like, okay, I'm a white guy. Well, am I a hillbilly country boy from the South? I actually lived in Florida, and I did live in the place called the Acreage, which was the more country area. But does that mean that I follow all of the standard social rules of that place? No. What they both were kind of doing were two very opposite ends of the spectrum on what they would think a typical black person would be like. The reason why I do that is because I'm saying typical. Just like with white people, you got your rednecks, you got your rich white people, you got your a-holes, okay? Plus a whole bunch of other ones. Those are just like the top three. Black people, you have your ghetto, you have your you know, Mista type slave voice type people, and then you have your Family Matters, kind of what they would call acting white, okay, or Uncle Tom. Now, just because you are middle class or upper middle class or even rich doesn't mean that you're an Uncle Tom. It just means, hey, you're better off than everyone else. And it doesn't mean, but see, and when we think about it like that, what you're saying is, are all black people poor? Do all black people talk the same? Do all white people talk the same? Are all white people poor? Are all white people rich? Are all black people rich? We won't even touch Asians because that's a whole different thing, and we can go into that just as much as we can these two, but these two are the topic. So it's weird to have someone who is so anti, you know, hate and racism, making him sound even more like a caricature of a black person than Archie did. Because Archie just had him come in wearing like what you might call traditional like African garb. You know, he had the necklace and the colorful shirt and stuff. Had a little bit more of a fro. Michael's side was him basically, you know, doing the whole slave voice thing, which we've talked about. It's a very bad look on both of these guys in that regards. Going forth from that, it was pretty interesting to get Gloria's side, and even there at the end getting Edith's side, which everyone was right and wrong in little snippets, and of course, again, everyone saw something different, but there are a few key factors that are always true, and it's up to us to piece together what actually happened, because we didn't really see the completed of that segment to the truth of what happened. So we can probably figure out a few key factors that are the same based on what we know about these characters, what we know about Archie, what we know about Edith, of course, Gloria and Michael, but what we also know about the house itself and who's telling the story. Because, of course, the person telling the story is going to be the one to look the best, because that's how they see themselves. They have a can-do-no-wrong attitude towards themselves, which is fairly interesting to see that they actually play this out fairly well. Moving on from even that, we have the two guys that came in. He made the one guy look like a mobster. I believe that was Archie's story, was he came in and looked like a mob boss. The other guy came in and didn't really look like anything, but he acted a lot like basically a caricature of a black person, which was interesting, having a white guy be the mob boss and the black guy acting like basically like what you would see in Roots, basically like a slave. But either way, it's all in all a good episode. It was fun to kind of see what each character thought was actually going on, and of course we, the audience, can piece together everything that happened. So with that being said, I hope you liked this episode. If you did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give this video a thumbs down. That's alright. Don't forget to hit that little subscribe button if you did enjoy and you want to see more.
Don't worry about it, you're still in good shape. All you gotta do is just tap it in. Just tap it in.
With that being said, I do want to thank you guys for getting this far in the video. Of course, I want to thank my subscribers. We are almost at that point where we can get the group stickers and a whole bunch of new stuff. We have to hit 500 to access that, and of course 1,000 to get the channel monetized. So I do really appreciate you guys for hitting that subscribe button. So with that being said, again, I do of course want to thank you guys once again for getting this far in the video, and we will see you next time. Peace.